10. May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, we're live with Wookiee.
Hey.
Wookiee. Good to see you
Hey,
on the
Super.
chat. Yeah, loving the pinks, bro. And of
Oh, mate,
course, you probably got a fine wine, have you? Fine wine or something like that?
No, not for that. This is serious. This is serious business,
Serious,
Super.
it is serious. We're on Unity. Unity Day 1. What's the show called? Infinity. I got Infinity Ignition Day. I don't know how that has to do with Unity, but it's got Infinity. Anyway.
Wow, there we go.
So Infinity Ignition Day with Wookiee. How about that? That's not bad. So we're going to be talking about Unity, and I guess that leads us in because we're also going to do a little teaser at the end of it, the old PUSD ALGO as well. Why not mix it all together? We got Unity, we got Taurus, we got PUSD ALGO. We're going to mix it all together today's show because today 1 is the beginning of the unification of Pulse Chain.
Wow, fantastic! Way to go, Super.
Right.
What a day!
It's official.
Hey, what a day it's been! I tell you.
It is. Now, you guys know Wookiee's in the house there. Let's go. Normally he's in the chat as a moderator, but today he's live with the show. Let me just refresh here. I'm going to get the link so we can share it on X, share it on Telegram, and we're going to do all that good stuff. So you might as well take it away while I capture these links here, Wookiee. That's all I can say.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, no, if anyone's looking for the worst moderator ever, just hit me up. No trouble at all.
He's the worst, honestly.
I am literally the worst. Yeah, thanks.
He's a terrible moderator, and it's a privilege to have him. It's privilege to have him in the community. So yeah, let me. Is this going to work? Let me try this. Bam.
Who would know?
But anyway, I don't know either. I don't know if this is going to work.
Oh right, I'll have to see if we can.
I don't even know. Let's see if it works.
We'll see if we can.
What am I doing here? I don't even know.
This is what happens. I turn up in chaos.
All right. So what does it say there? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's how it works. Oh, good on you. It's the first time I've really used it.
Oh, look at that.
You can see that? Hey, there's it going.
Only I could.
You can't pick it up. All right. Let me go to Telegram. I'll post it.
Oh, no. It's arrived. Hang on. It just took.
Has it arrived? Okay.
Yeah. It just took a few.
You're good to go. Yeah. Well, it's a relaxed session, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're gonna have a bit of fun today. And we're going to be covering Unity Day 1. We're going to look at how far through we are and everything else. We're going to look at Taurus, how that's going, and then we're going to get into PUSD ALGO at the end. We've got a few teasers there, but we're going to be posting the show in Taurus group, I guess.
I just well in the Unity actually. I just posted it.
I'll post it in. I'll post it in live now, covering second show today.
The chicken show today. Here we go.
Taurus.
About the chickens.
Taurus and Unity. I don't even know. Hopefully I'll spell it properly. Bam. I'm putting that in. How are you going with it? You're going into Taurus in the Unity group, aren't you, on Telegram?
I'm on Unity. Yeah, I've just posted it.
I'm in Telegram. Let's hopefully the links. Let's hope that it's okay, right? Oh, admin looked at it.
It's only shown up as a link, unfortunately. It hasn't.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. At least I just put live covering now. Yeah. So let me find you. I'm going to go find your post in Unity. How about that? Because it's all about Unity today, right? Unity.
It is.
What about PulseX? PulseX is disappearing, apparently. We're going to check up on that too. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Let's go. Bam, we are live. I like that. You put that in. You might as well go into the Unity side and go pump that too. Big welcome to everybody. Get in the chat there, folks. If you guys have got into Unity or you're in Taurus already, let us know in the chat there. The Taurus is launched on Pulse Chain, and it is a big protocol. And, of course, we saw BetterBank too. BetterBank, I don't know if you saw that with the old PDI, PLS, and PLSX, 21 billion TVL in like 12 days or something.
No way. No, I haven't. I've been too busy with Unity today, Super. I haven't.
Well, that's what Unity does. It consumes PulseX.
No, well, there's been a lot of questions. So, I've been answering a few questions for a few people, helping them out in Discord. And so it's just been a busy old day, really.
All right, let me post this in the house then, live, and we're going to have to pull that up too. We're almost started the show, guys. We're going to preamble here right now. But we're just going to post that in the Telegram groups. Bam, there we go. And I'll be automatically live in the Discord. So if you're in Discord, that should be showing up. Bam. All right, I think that's enough. I think we've done enough shilling and posting the show. Get into the chat. We've got Crypto Cruzy in the house there. Yes, sir. See you all in 89 days, brother. What do you Oh, yeah. Unity to $1,000. I like this guy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wish you all the best with your high APRs. We're looking good. Don't forget to repost the channel. Let's repost it. Actually, let's do it. Here's so share show on X. All right, we're gonna have quite the show today. There we go. Bam. That's the link. Hopefully that's the link. Imagine I got the wrong link there. All right, I'm gonna copy the socials under there too, so people can hit up a good old Unity. And let me actually, I'm gonna post that with the right format. Bam. Post style. Let's see how we going there. Oh, it's a bit rough. You're gonna have to do the talking while I fix up some of these our final shill posts.
Yeah. No. Make sure you guys, if you're watching now, get out there, hit those likes, and post it out. This is a bit of a pop-up stream, pretty much, but it's all about Unity, and trying to pump what looks to be a fantastic protocol by Graphics.
It does.
Let's pump our bags, because this is something worth getting into.
Not financial advice,
but of course,
but
never follow a Wookiee.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's magic. Really warming up.
Wow.
Share the show. It's magic time, and we're covering Unity today. There we go. Share show on X. Bam, bam, bam. Wookiee, should we migrate? What do you want to do? Should we migrate to the?
Where are we going? Which way?
The main event. We're going to the main event. We're going this way. We're going this way. All right, let's go.
We're going.
Hey!
Oh,
Unity! Unity is here, folks. Unity is here. Now, if you send the show around on X, you'll actually see the links to Unity underneath the post.
There we go.
So
look at that.
It's all in there. I posted it just now, hot, fresh off the oven, out of the oven there. Now, the price of Unity, I've got a disparity here. So we've got a lag. We've got $8.78. There we go. Refresh. $8.78. We're on day one. We're just over halfway. 13 hours, 25 minutes, and 18 seconds. 19 seconds. 20. I better stop there. We're at 20 seconds. So there we go.
Day one. We're still on day one, and that's very important. Day one's important.
So if you're watching right now, let us know whether you got into Unity today or whether you're already in Taurus. We're also going to do a bonus topic today. We're going to do a PUSD ALGO at the end. We're going to look at how much money is in the sacrifice treasury there because we're hyper pumped about that as well. So we've got just one gigantic project after another launching on Pulse Chain over the next 2 months. It's going to be epic.
Excellent, eh? Well, there's a lot coming up too, right? I mean, this is the start of it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be crazy times in the next few months.
Actually, you know what we should do? We should not now, but we should do a show with all the new projects because they're all big, giant projects launching. We haven't had a wave of large projects like this for some time. Now we just had Betterbank, 21 million TVL. We now got Unity today. OMG. And then of course we've got coming up, Rack and Michelle's got like 6 projects. SolidX Firewell's got like 4 projects. We've got Jacob with On-Chain Bet. Maybe we'll get some stuff around PUSD ALGO Mafia launch, so triple trifecta there potentially. Richard Hart, of course, promotions and marketing. This thing's about to get legit.
Absolutely. And then there's the ETH reserve, right? And all the hype around what's happening with that. And of course the politics behind all that, I guess.
That's true.
Regulations and stuff. So I think she's gonna get, she's gonna get exciting. That's how I feel about it.
That's how exciting it's gonna get. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's get on to it. So Unity at the moment, if you're not familiar, it is live. And of course, we posted the link in there, but I will post in the chat there the links now. You can always confirm with the official channels. But that is it right there at the moment. Bam, bam, bam. Unity.win. And of course, you can start creations today. Now, who founded this, Wookiee? Who was the founder?
Well, it's the man himself, graphics. Yep, he's the man behind all this. The man with the beard. He's got a better beard than me. I tell you,
It's
this is
impressive
not
as
a
beard.
baby.
Like,
I am such a
it's
baby.
almost out of Lord of the Rings type of beard, isn't it? It's quite.
He could potentially be from down under. To be fair, Super, with a beard like that.
It is pretty
I
impressive.
wonder if he's is he short? Is he like a hobbit size? Do you think?
No,
Or
I don't think he's that short, dude. I think he's like
he's more like
average,
a Gandalf.
kind of
Looks more like
average.
a Gandalf. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere between, someone like that. Yeah, somewhere in there. It is no. It's a probably fairly normal sized, mega human, a mega human.
He could be an elf then. Yeah.
Could be. So we've got Unity at the moment. So Unity is looking kind of good. You can obviously create Unity with, either put the powers or put in the Pulse X. You can either do that, or you can create it with Pulse.
That's
So
right.
there we go. You got lots of options now.
I love
Next,
this new feature, Super, don't you? Because I tell you what, on the tourist side, on the east side, it was hard on my brain trying to work out the
the
power
powers,
to
play around the powers of it.
the
Yeah.
cost of the money, what it was costing you per power.
Mm.
So this makes it a
Well,
lot simpler to figure out.
what's the max? The max is max power. I guess they do
It's
the
a lot.
max. Yeah, there's $1
It's
million, right? That's
more than in my bank account, that's for sure.
$400,000 almost for the max power if you do that. So if you're a big whale, you want to come in and hyper pump, that's the play. And of course, the max period 88 days, which apparently is going to bring the first date of the 88-day ones come out as the 15th of November. So we're still well and truly in the run up for the bull market that we're expecting into December. So it's coming out at a pretty nice time, actually.
Yeah, graphics has timed, between the tourist launch and then what he's doing here with the Unity. Man, he's crushed
Mm.
it, hasn't he? Wow, he's really spot on.
He would. He has crushed it. So pretty cool. Now, look at the impact there. Is that the impact, really? Is that the impact if someone came in and did 400K? Let me just work that out. Let me go to 100. That's 1,000. And if we did a max of 10 of a million, it actually pulls the APR right down to 10,300% right now. How incredible is that? That is really cool. So if you were coming with 400K, you're gonna really pull the ROI down. If you're coming in with $400, so 1,000 power, $400 a Pulse X, which is 10 million. That's you still got the APR ROI, I should say, the return on investment, 22,000. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty unlikely to stay that high, right?
Mm.
But anyway, it's really nice to look at this point, and but it should come down over time, right? At least nobody. I mean, if nobody comes in though, literally that is what it'll be.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
what it would be.
crazy.
So that's pretty interesting. Now, we've seen some stakes as well, which has been pretty awesome. We're going to check the numbers in a minute, but we've seen some stakes of people getting that APR. Let's do max on this too. What would that do? We can't do that actually. Won't let us.
Well,
let's do 1,000. Let's do 1,000. So that's looking reasonable there. That's $200 worth, $1,000 of tourists. But let's have a look at the stakes, the stats, shall we? And we'll come back to the buy and burn.
Sounds great.
So we've got 100,000 in the first day payout.
Yep.
That's
And so
880K.
that number is going to tick down, right? Is it?
Yeah, by how
day?
much? 0.08% a day.
0.8. Yep. So
8.5 million in the first 3 months, and
is
125 million in total. Yeah. Ever. That's ever going to be there, and of course it's going to get burned off and the rest of it.
So that's coded in. So there's no messing around with that. That is what it'll be. That is the math behind that.
We see on Taurus. If we go to quickly Taurus, we don't want to front run Taurus too much, but Taurus is on day 40 and is on Ethereum with Titan X, and there's just under 97,000 in there right now, 96,926 in the pool. So that'd be the same on Unity when we get there.
Yeah. The math's
of how it goes down over 40 days. Yeah, that's additional. That's additional. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So that's kind of where we are right now. So we're still on day one. Isn't that beautiful? Day one Unity. Look at that. See, day one Unity payout.
I was in the first 2 hours. Super. I woke up and I looked and I was like, I feel like it's launched, and but it pays not to rush in because there's scammers and stuff out there. So I actually just took a moment and I went and had a look at the had a look on X, and then had a look at the chart. Found the address and put it in Deck Screener and had a look, and was like, no, this definitely looks legit. And so at that point, I was like, oh well, let's get cracking. So that was I saw it about at about the hour mark, and by about half an hour later, I had some creations happening. So
That's
I was
awesome, mate. So
pretty stoked. Yeah.
you're going to be one of the true OG guys. You can say I was there at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a bit of luck. I just happened to be awake at the right time.
Yeah, that's epic. Well done, mate. Well done. Crowd goes wild. So that's pretty awesome. We got a comment in the chat there, I think, have we? Excavators in the house. Hey guys, good to see Excavator.
Hey.
Excavator, have you got into Taurus? Let us, or Unity actually in this case. Let us know. Now, I just noticed something. You are branded. You're Unity branded. Look at you. You got you are Unity brand. Look at that top that you got, the hat and everything. Man, you are full on.
You're a
Unity maxi.
I just lounge around in. Super. This is just
Crypto Graphics is going to have you out there doing all the promos.
Well, who knows? I'm available, I guess. That's
So
the
there we
case.
go. Clip out. You can clip out Wookiee and send them around. Send them around.
By the way, I'm a terrible moderator, graphics. So I'm just pre-warning you.
You're a good promoter. You're a promoter. Hexray says yes, he's in Unity. Nice one, the Hexray. So we've got a good bunch of Unitarians. That's what they call them. Unitarians.
Oh, well, from there on, it could be a thing.
Wookiee's like the Unitarian mascot for Unity. He's like, yeah. So anyway, we got this so far. We've got 13 hours and 34 minutes into it for day one. So no one's got any. If we come back to the earn, people when you go in, you get this created Unity straight away. So you're gonna get that straight away, but you don't get the earn Unity. You only get bits of that every single day. So you only get what's the daily at the moment. So 250% per day accumulated. So the earlier you get in, the best. So day one's mathematically the best day, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean that's huge if you think about it. I mean, who gets 250% a day with anything? So other than a tax bill, maybe.
Yeah, so you're going to get in. You're going to get in. So yeah, that's true. So yeah, at the moment, so let's take it down. The power's a little bit high, but let's take it down to I don't know. Let's do 500. 500. What's that? $200. So that's a pretty good number. So people do, and on Pulse Chain it's super cheap, right? So you can do lots of laddering. You could do laddering. Obviously, the mathematics is really advantageous for the long term in terms of volume, but you could do laddering for a price play potentially. We'll see how many people do that compared to Taurus, right? But yeah, it's interesting. So at the moment, if you did $400, which is 5 million pulse, what did I say? 500 power, which is 5 million pulse X. That would get you 50 Unity straight out of the gate. So you're going to get that straight away. And then once day one turns over, which is, what's that? 10 and a half hours. You're going to get the first bit of this 4,900.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're going to get 1/88th of that amount. So
I think people that didn't experience the Taurus thing, I think they'll be surprised once the day ticks over and they go look at their balance of Unity in their wallet to see just how much they earned in the first day, or especially the first few days, right? Because that's when you're going to be earning the most, I guess. It's going to be it's probably going to be quite surprising.
That's true. So by my count, this person would get 56 earned Unity. But of course, as people come in, this percentage is going to go down, right? So it's just day one so far. And of course, we've still got 10 and a half hours to go. So there's adjustments still to be made. But at the moment, we've had incredible adoption so far. This has been what did we work out earlier? About maybe a 3x more than Taurus. And Taurus was successful, right? And it's successful. So, this is by my count, 3x higher adoption again, which we expected that, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, that we suspected that would be the situation, right? And it's certainly played out that way.
What do you think some of the reasons are for that? What do you reckon?
Well, I think graphics is pretty well known on this chain, not so much on the Ethereum chain, I guess. Although obviously in the Titan X, there's a lot of Pulsikins over, played around with the Titan X thing, which is where essentially Taurus is. But I think he's just got a bigger presence over here on Pulse Chain, and I think that obviously makes it a lot easier just to promote. He's a known person, and I guess with having Taurus out, the people that have already participated in that have seen how that works, and so it's kind of a double whammy in a way. So you're getting all those people from over there that I'm sure. Well, I mean, I've played over there, and now I'm over here, so I'm sure most other people have done the same
Oh,
kind
so
of
yeah,
thing. Right?
you're on Taurus and Unity, so you're on both chains playing
Yeah,
both protocols as
correct.
a staking ROI. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
So I guess let's get into a bit of stuff because I want to get. We'll talk to you a bit more about strategies and stuff later on, but we'll just do an overview. I think continue that on. So yeah, people are getting Unity out of the gate with what's called created Unity, and every day they're going to get a little bit of this earned Unity, which is kind of like a projected amount of that yield, right?
yeah.
So yeah, pretty cool. All right, so let's go to the stats. Let's break down some of these things. So at the moment, we only started off with what 20,000 in the tokens, I think it was. Yeah, so 20,000, and look, we've already burnt some. We're down at 19,931.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've burnt 68.54.
Yes, and then of course there's the staking, obviously, which is where you're about to come to next, right?
I think in the first live stream we were around about 30, so I think we've almost doubled the buy and burn there.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah, I
what the
think we were
number
like
is.
38 or something like that. 32, 38. We're now at 68. Unity's been destroyed, $600. So I think we've doubled that. So it's a 2x.
Yeah,
And then look at the staking. This is shocking.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
761. That's incredible.
Well, if there's one thing Polskins know how to do, it's stake.
I know.
So they
But
are
you get
very
optionality
familiar
with
with
staking, right?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is a bit of optionality. So
Mm.
that's I think people obviously would see that as a bonus, right?
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
you also graphics. He doesn't believe in people. Whatever you put in and you purchase, essentially, you get to
Yeah.
keep. So it's only he has some tokenomics where after 50% of the time, you'll start, if you end your stakes, you'll start to lose a percentage of it, but you never lose the initial amount that you purchased, and you'll get a percentage of whatever you've earned if you, depending on how long you go past the 50% mark, if that's my
Yeah.
understanding is correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So if you get 75% the way, you keep your 50% of your basically earned tokens that you get. Yeah, so kind of idea.
Yeah.
And
So
if you get halfway, you got the opportunity to ending. You get your original amount, which is this amount. So you get the created Unity, but you lose all your earned Unity if you end 50 like halfway through.
right
And if
on
you
the
get
50,
75% the way through, then you're going to get half of the earned Unity that you got. And it's kind of the idea.
yeah. So
Which
you
gives
will
off
get
something. Yeah.
So I mean, you well, unless you had some kind of emergency, you would only really do that if there was a massive spike or something in the price, and you wanted to try and cash in on that. I guess that would be the main reason to do that.
That's right. Logie says, hello, are you Pulse Chain? Yes, we're covering Unity, which has just launched today. It's only 13 and a half hours through, and it's on Pulse Chain. But we will be covering Taurus, which is on Ethereum. So that is the mark right now. So at the moment, there's some pretty cool amount of shares. So let's have a look at the shares, because obviously this is the reward pool. That's the first, the 100,000 units going to be the first day. But this is accrued, right? So you don't get it until everyone's creations and stakes end before that starts getting distributed, really.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we have 702 million shares, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, the numbers are pretty good, eh? I mean,
In 13 and a half hours, yeah. That's spectacular. I'm just trying to think back to Taurus, and I kind of feel like we were maybe at 300 million or something. It's kind of comes to mind, but have to go check the old show. Cool. We've got a good crowd watching at the moment, so big shout out to everybody. If you haven't followed on X, smash the follow. If you guys are on YouTube, of course, smash the YouTube channels. We're streaming on the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and Pulse Chain X. We've got a lot of new members joining, so definitely smash the subscribe button and join daily live shows. And today it's our second live show because it's a special one here with Wookiee, covering Unity, which is just launched, which is pretty exciting. Hey, we've got the editor-in-chief in our promotional leave for the Crypto Night Show is Crypto MBS. Hi, guys. Big shout-out to you. And, he is the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread, and that's just come out yesterday. And it's hot. So having a good time there. Great to see Crypto MBS in the house.
Excellent, yeah.
And he's one of our moderators in the Discord. So there we go. That's Crypto MBS right there. All right, so let's move on, shall we? PulseX burned. Oh my gosh. Did you see this? PulseX burned, dude. 590 million PulseX. That's crazy. That's insanity right there.
In what, 10 hours, right?
In 13 and a half hours, yeah.
13 hours, is it?
13 and a half hours. That's some sick amount. That's amazing. So if you in Pulse Chain Sacrifice, if you'd sacrificed about 70,000 plus or minus, there's a lot of bonus differences. You would have, with Pulse, you would have got about 1 billion Pulse on that. So that would put you in the top 1,000 wallets on the Pulse Chain Sacrifice, which is a crazy. And if I remember rightly, I'm really pulling straws here, but if I remember rightly, there were about 24 to 35,000, somewhere in that ballpark. I know it's a big range, but there's somewhere in there sacrifices. So that's top 1,000. That's huge. So if we have this, of course, with the multiplier, the ratio at the moment is pretty close, right? It's like 0.8 or something, 0.72 or 8 or something. We're in that ballpark. And it's always good to use ranges, Wookiee. Always good. But,
yeah. I certainly can covers the old backside a little bit. So
yeah. So we're sitting at 590. So that's we're heading towards almost a top 1,000 sacrifice is what I'm saying. By the time we get to the end of the day, right, the run rate would be towards over 1 billion PulseX burned, which is half of that position. Like it's like half a top 1,000 wallet Pulse Chain Sacrificer, which is pretty outstanding. Yeah. So that is awesome. I think I do actually have the PulseX sacrifice list as well from the old G days. I've got them all saved because, as you guys know, I was documenting virtually every single day of Pulse Chain. I said that really weird. That was funny. All right, so I'm going to bring that sheet up actually, so I can have a look.
Yeah, it would be one of the very few that have done it. Super, I can tell you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I was the only one that actually done it. That documented Pulse Chain every day because I was the only one doing daily live streams. So let's have a look at what that would be. I'm going to go all the way down here, and I'm going to find where that might be for the amount of PulseX that people would got. I'm going all the way down here, bam, down to infinity and beyond. Oh, what's happened there? Did I ever? Oh no, it's Excel spreadsheets. They have a little days. I'm going to go all the way down to 590 because that's kind of where we are right now, and see where that wallet would be. I've just gone past the million. So there were, in terms of a million, this is approximate, right? Because obviously there were adjustments made, but 1,500 people had over 1 billion PulseX, which was $66,500 at the time. Wow. Let's go to 590. Let's look for that. So we're not too far further down. And let's go find what that would have been at sacrifice time approximately. Obviously different multipliers, but let's take the number. I'm going to go 590. Man, the extra stuff we're doing on the show today, that would put you at wallet number 2,479 approximately, around that mark, so 2,500, and that would have been a $41,000 sacrifice at that time. So there we go. Oh, that is what that right now.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So what are you at the moment? So 590, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll what's that, million, isn't it? So what's the price now at the moment of quadruple 04, 1, 2, 3, 4? So that's equivalent to 23,600. So obviously we're down from the sacrifice price. It was 41,000 approximately. So yeah, $23,600 worth of PulseX bought up and burned. Amazing. And as we know, there was how much today? 7.61% of PulseX has been bought up and burned so far in 830 days. That's insane, guy. That's amazing. What do you think?
Oh, it's just incredible numbers, isn't it? You actually forget just how many people sacrificed, right? I mean, when you go back and start going through those numbers again, super, it's a bit mind-boggling sometimes. You think, wow,
that's crazy. That's crazy. So I've just 24-houred that, and it's close to $42,000 of buy and burn on PulseX, in addition to the normal PulseX buy and burns.
That's right.
This
Yeah.
is some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So
Pulse
that's
X,
huge.
it could become scarce. This, Pulse X a lot faster than people may give credit to. This is gonna tie up or burn a lot of tokens, isn't it? It's crazy.
It is. It's crazy. So that's pretty exciting. We'll see where it lands at the end of day one. We're obviously got just over was it 12, 30, 10 hours, 10 and a quarter hours ago, if I'm doing it right. Yeah, 10 and a quarter hours. Let's have a look at the buy and burn, because this thing, man, oh man, oh man, this thing is accumulating a big amount, dude.
Well,
We're
this
going
is
to add it
one
up.
of the secret sources, really. Well, not so secret. It's on the page, right? Anyone can see it. So
this is with Pulse. This is with the little retrace that we had, right? The last couple of days after the little run that we had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or last day or two, I should say. But look, we got 714 million Pulse inside the Buy Unity with Pulse. We've got 3.36 billion PulseX right now at $131,000. That is a total. Drum roll. I don't know if I have a drum roll and sound effects, but drum roll. Let me do a drum roll. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Wow, that took forever. But we're at $167,000 on the buy and burn. Woo! Crowd goes wild. Let's go.
Isn't that great?
That's fantastic. 167. So that's pretty awesome. Let's memory clear that and add it to the mix. So hopefully we have that pulled back. Yeah, it's looking good. So let's go to the next one. Now that's obviously buying up and burning PulseX, and it can range between 1% per day of that balance or 2%. Oh, sorry, 10%, which is dramatic. So that would be what 7% would be $16,500, $700 or something. But of course, the entry tokenomics also does the buy and burn, right? So where people enter the protocol. So the buy and build. Let's look at that. So buy Unity. This is building up liquidity, right? So this is really maturing, fattening things up, the chain. But at the moment, liquidity on the chart, let's go look at that. This is the chart right now, $8.53 is on Unity. Now, this, very important, this is not on PulseX, it's on 9mm. So just remember that's on 9mm V3 pool, and looks like a full range, right? Full range spread.
Right, that's a good point, actually.
This is on 9mm. So be careful with if you're going to buy on market, speculate, or go and buy and stake or whatever. It is on 9mm. And so you could use a Batias DEX router that routes 9mm. So that could be in play. But PulseX, if you're using PulseX, for example, as a DEX, they'd have problems there, right? So it won't show up, right? But we can see at the moment there is 13,565 Unity in there. And of course, that matches up with what we see, I guess, in the stats, right? In the allocation. We should see liquidity pool, which would probably be this. Which one?
That's the one there, isn't it?
This one here, yeah, 13,565, 67%, so 2/3. That adds up about right. So there we go. And pool PulseX is 2.96 billion, and they both got the same dollar value. So full spread V3 pool 9mm. Thank you very much. And Batias way, maybe a way to buy and sell that is a good way, or just log on to 9mm, do it there. Whew, that was felt like an announcement, public announcement, but it's important, right? It's important that people don't get wrecked. There we go. So that's kind of the play there right now. $8.51. Liquidity is awesome. Look at this starting liquidity. I mean, 231K for starting liquidity, and it's exciting. No market cap registering yet, but it's pretty cool. And volume, 192K volume so far, and 126 makers as well. 13.5 or almost 14 hours in to the gut play. 519 buys, 136 sells, buy volume 115K, sell volume 77K. So yeah, pretty cool there. What else can we say about this? That is a contract, ends in 99E. You can go check it with officials, of course, official accounts. And what else?
There's no taxes. There's no taxes to worry about on this one.
No taxes. No.
Yeah.
Well, at least not here. No.
Well, not
so that's kind of the play right now. So yeah, we got 761 stakes so far, which is really amazing. Liquidity there 4,600. Not a lot of supply, and we got 13,563 in the LP pool, and we will get more data tomorrow, right, when it rolls over. So that's pretty cool. Let's go into where we're going from here. We're going to go to the burn because we want to add up the buy and build, right? So we've already got 167,000 in the buy and burn. We've got another 434 million pulse, and we've got another 3.25 billion pulsex in here. So wow, there's lots of pulse and pulsex running in the here.
Yeah. No, isn't it great? It's how the system's designed, right? The money comes in and it gets allocated into these different parcels of money, I guess, which in return are able to do certain actions within the contract, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's pretty amazing. So if we add that up together in US dollars, it's currently sitting at $149,000 in the buy and build, and we're only almost 14 hours into it. It's crazy good. We're going to add that to our buy and burn. There's 167 if you remember. That gets us to 316k already. Just in these two. That's insane.
Amazing.
And wait, there's more.
Oh,
there's Fractal, and of course Fractal there. This operates on day 110. So sometime after the first creations and staking or full range staking comes out on day 89. And here we are, $14,000 in PLS, which is 279 million pulse, and we got 2 billion, almost 2.1 billion pulsex valued at 81,500, which is pretty cool. So if we add that in, and we're going to add that up, so we've got 14 plus 81. We're at 81.5. Let's add it, round it up there. Typical, didn't take the decimal place. I knew it was going to do that. So 14 plus 81. And that is $95,000 sitting in Fractal right now. So we're not too close from $100,000. And that's at the current price of Pulse and PulseX. We're going to add that 95,000 with our other balance of 316,000 from the buy and burn and buy and build. And that gets us to, no, it doesn't get us to that. I don't know what's happened to the calculator. It's pretty crazy. 95 plus 316 equals $411,000 in 14 hours. Divide that by 14 and multiply it by 24 to see what the projection is or the run rate. And we're sitting at $705,000 US dollars, given prices stay the same today. So that's a huge run rate. And why is that so big? Because when we compare it to Taurus, we can see that Taurus at the moment is sitting. So Taurus at the moment is sitting at what are we talking about? The buy and build.
The Fractal.
We have to add all this up, but we got 705. So just remember that. That's on the on Unity on Pulse Chain. But if we add this other one up, 156. This has been operating for almost 40 days, so 39 and a half days or so. So we add that up. Let me just do the numbers here. 156 plus 280. That's just in a buy and burn, and that is 436,000. So that's pretty good. Plus, we're going to add the buy and build on Taurus. This is on Ethereum, of course. This is the same protocol, but on Ethereum using TitanX and ETH rather than Pulse and PulseX on like Pulse Chain, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we got what did I say? The other one was 156. My calculator's adding up, auto adding for some reason. We've got 156, and let me just get rid of all this. Got to clear all the memory. 156. We're going to put that in the memory, and we're going to start again. So we've got 99. I'm just going to round that as 100. I think that's pretty fair. Plus 198. 198, and that is we've got 198k in the buy and build. So we're going to add that to our buy and burn balance of 156,000. That gets us to 354, and that's not too different from what we had in the other buy and burn, right? That's pretty crazy. So 354. Did I say that one? Yeah, 152. Oh, plus 280. Sorry, I missed the 280 part.
Plus 280. Yeah.
Plus 280. 280 there, and that gets us to 634. That's a lot better. 634, and then we have the fractal, right? The fractal there with 69, and so we're just going to add that up manually. It's another 20. So we got $220,000. So we're going to add that up. So 220. That gets us to 854,000 right now. That's after that ETH pullback, because we were pretty close, if not popped
A
over
million,
$1
yeah.
and ETH was at 4,800.
Mm.
So yeah, we're now 854, and what would we say for Pulse Chain? 360, was it, something like that? 370. So that is huge. That is huge. So Unity is crushing it right now, guys. That is doing very well indeed. Let's see if we've got any more comments in the chat there. We got Unity from Hex to Mars. Unity should burn Hex too, says Hex to Mars. Or maybe just change your name to Pulse X to Mars. Pulse X to Mars, and then it'll be adaptive. You'll be adapting there. But yeah, Hex a burn. Well, when people stake Hex, they burn Hex too, don't they? So yeah, it's the way it goes.
It remints when you at the end of.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Hex to Mars, I mean, we have seen a resurgence in Hex staking and burning. So yeah, it's definitely burning the Hex to Mars. So we've got, we're burning all the Richard Hart cores. How about that? We're burning all the Richard Hart core tokens. We've got Pulse X burning. We have EIP 159 burning. Pulse. We have, what else we got? We got Incentive token. Anything burning in particular? Yeah. What's burning ink?
Was it ink printed? Does it?
Well, it's a supply sync. It's not just burning it. It's a supply
okay. It doesn't actually burn it, does it?
We're just talking about the burns, or buying burns. Yeah.
I haven't actually played with ink printer, so I'm not exactly sure how that.
Yeah, it's just a liquidity fork. You put in tokens and you get out stablecoin, the ink dollar.
Yeah.
You get ink dollar out the outside. And print is the main token, like liquid loans. Loans got loan and USDL. Power City's got is it earn and PXDC.
It ties up ink, though, I guess. It takes ink off the market is really what it does, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes it off the market, which is good. It's all supply sync, right? And it gets it locked in, locked and loaded. It's all good. So that is kind of where we are right now. So yeah, pretty exciting. So it's looking good, right? Looking good. Now we're 42 minutes on the hour. So we're probably going to go for about an hour, right? So let's just keep tab on that. So that's kind of where we are right now with Unity. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. That is the link there. It's day one. You guys are in hot. Day one is the best maths you can possibly get, right?
Can't beat day one.
Everybody that's coming in after you, that slowly lowers the yield you get day by day. But what it does is it's a global good, because it flattens out, it allocates and distributes those rewards to more and more people, which I think is one of the fundamentals ultimately in this protocol, on top of the buy and burn and all the other cool tokenomics that are in here.
Yeah, it's a good way to disperse the tokens throughout the holders, right? It's a really clever way of doing it, actually.
Now the other thing is that he's auto engaged. So when you do earn protocol, when you do this one, when you hit earn and you actually go to create one, it actually allows you to do wrapped NFTs now.
Yes.
So you don't have to just have it locked in there. It will be wrapped, and gives you the option to do wrapped NFTs, which means you can transfer around the wallet and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat.
Absolutely, especially if you want to put it in a cold wallet or something. You can obviously set up all your creations and stuff, or stakes or whatever you're doing, and then you can actually you could move it off to a cold wallet and forget about it for 88 days, right?
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. And so he says he's got another big protocol launching, which is going to be new tokenomics again. And obviously the NFTs are probably going to play some sort of role, I'm guessing, because that's why you're adding that flexibility to transfer NFTs, to put them into protocols, to put them onto markets to sell. There's all sorts of things, and of course, one big project is coming up. So yeah, it could be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the potential is of that, because my brain's working overtime trying to think now what's coming. Something's coming down the track, surely.
Well, Mumsy will be pleased about that, Wookiee. I'm sure.
Oh well, yeah, he's always pleased. Super.
Private jokes, everybody. Private jokes. All right, so there we go. That is Unity, folks. Check it out, and of course, that is the chart right now. And I'll post the link to that. Obviously, always check the links. Always check the links out there. But that is Unity.
Don't rush in. That's what I was saying earlier. Just make sure.
Now, let's talk about that. This has had 4 audits, right? So this is you hardly ever get a protocol that's audited with 4 audits. This has 4 audits on it, and you can find it on the website and read through those. They always have a high-level thing. So 4 audits. This is fully locked down, as we say. So it certainly helps as well. So that is the Unity price there. Fun times. Let's see what it looks like over the next few days. In Taurus, of course, we saw a run up in the price. Will we see something like that here? How close will the behavior mimic? We shall say. let's quickly quickly spec the next sort of 5 minutes going through Taurus. I think just to give this is on Ethereum, not on Pulse Chain. So Unity is the Pulse Chain version, just launched today. But this is day 40 now on Ethereum with Titanix. What's your thoughts?
Oh well, unfortunately I didn't get in on day one. I was sort of pretty preoccupied with some other stuff at the time, so it took me a few days to get into Taurus, but it's still been a really good experience. Things have ticked over pretty well. I've sort of made a couple of moves in there, which sort of paid off for me. So that's been really helpful, and so that's what makes you pretty optimistic about the opportunity on Pulse Chain, right?
Mm.
And it just, I think it's just it's such a good idea, like just how it operates and how it spreads the tokens and how the share rate, as it's got longevity, because you think if you're not in day one, you're going to miss out, but that's not actually quite right, because there are people that come and go from the system, and as people come and go, it sort of resets all the time. The share rate keeps resetting as people come and go, and I think once you kind of understand that, you realise that it's a long-term play. Although you can have a crack at a bit of a short-term play if you want, but it's just a little bit more risky, right? You got to know what you're doing a bit more.
Yeah. But essentially, if you summed up Unity and Taurus, they basically, there's a reward pool, and people create and stake to get shares of that reward pool, and then you get those rewards allocated every day. That's basic idea, right? It's a staking protocol, hopefully going to give you high APRs or high ROIs, return on investments, as well. So that's kind of the basic ideas for those that are new, not really sure what's going on. So it's basically that reward pool, get some shares of that reward pool and get paid out. And, hopefully it turns out well.
The longer you go, obviously, the more tokens you receive.
Yeah.
So the more the volume you get. And so
it's dramatic, right? It's dramatic. So
it is dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you put in 10 days, it's going to drop dramatically the amount of shares. You get 11,000 shares, and the rewards go down dramatically. But if you do the max, then the shares have gone from 10,000 up to 7.5 million. So you're highly encouraged to go long.
Absolutely.
With your staking, with your creations, I should say. All right, so that's kind of the marks there. Obviously, we've gone through the burn, looking really good. What do we say, about 850K in there with all the burns? These are kind of what I call the treasury. And interesting enough, what's this, 36 there on the treasury? Let's just add that up quickly. 36. Do you know why I'm adding this up? 36 plus 23.
I'm about to find out, I feel.
Plus the fractal has got 16. 16. So, the treasury's got 75 ETH in there so far.
Yes.
The strategic ETH reserve is 100, right?
The ETH reserve is 100. Yes, here we go.
Strategic reserve there. This is where all the big players are now, all the big stock market companies coming in.
Strangely enough, of course, it's got a lot cheaper. If you were trying to get into the ETH reserve, you now actually have to front up with a little less money because of the pullback in ETH price, right?
Right, absolutely. You can get it cheaper now. So that, getting 100 would get you on the bottom of the table, around number 70. And so, we might very well see Taurus get on the leaderboard here, along with, of course, the big star of the show is the Pulse Chain Stack.
Oh, look at that.
And that's looking pretty good, right?
Look at that.
Now, something else that we haven't we've seen here, Bitmine immersion's gone up another quarter of a million.
1.5, yeah.
Look at that. It's added actually more than that. It's added 373,000 ETH. Sneaky little people, right?
Wow.
And you can see ETHzilla's also added 12,000, and that was on. We covered SharpLink the other day on the 15th, but look, the 18th, Bitmine immersion has added another 373,000 ETH, and of course, you guys know they are going for 6 million Ethereum.
Wow. And they're only at 1.5 right now. So they've got a long way to go, Super.
They are supercharging the ETH run, and they have still got 4.5 million to go, as you pointed out, I think. There's currently $6.5 billion, and their MNAV at the moment, this is the premium over their NAV, which is the net asset value. This is currently running at 1.35. It's going to move around a lot, probably range between, 1 and 5 or 6. But I've seen some crazy numbers right now. Market price is $54. I don't know that they probably just added this. I don't know if it's been added already before the market's closed, but presumably it's added coming after. I don't know. I didn't check it earlier today, but I've seen people talking about a $6,000 Bitmine immersion. Now, I think definitely $1,000 is on the target. $300 or $400 kind of the fair target, but people talking about 1,000. But now I've seen people talking about $6,000 per share for BMNR, which is crazy.
It's almost making me want to buy some shares again, Super. I'll tell you.
Well, the reason why you'd buy not just buy ETH and hold is because you're going to get this MNAV premium, right? So you're going to make X's on X's, basically. That's the idea. So that's all based around the fact that you can stake Ethereum, and of course you have lots of volume on your protocol. Obviously, Bitmine is like top 20 volume over all markets, all stock markets, including the video at the top there. So pretty crazy. We'll see how that goes. But man, big jump there. And we just covered that now. So it's kind of cool. Now, I wanted to jump away from that. So we could see Taurus on them. And the stats at the moment, what we got there? Like I say, just under 97,000 for the payout. We've only got 725 liquid. What do you think about that?
Wow. I mean, it's not surprising just how the system works that there's very little liquid around.
Well, think about that, because we had 4,600 on 4,600 tokens on Unity, which just launched 14 hours, and here we are. This has been around for 40 days, and we've got 725. It's way lower.
Yeah, well, because you're better off having your Taurus or the value of your Taurus in the protocol, right?
Yeah.
Then you're actually accumulating more volume. Whereas if you just hold it, you're essentially giving up. You're giving over your future supply to other people in the system, right?
Yeah. So we've had 9,150 burned, which is amazing. 5,400 staked, and we're already. What do we say? We're already up at like 1,600 staked on Unity, which is crazy. And then we got 15,000 in the LP pool. So what have we had so far? 22,000 supply, plus the burn, which is another 9,000. So we're really looking at about 31,000 plus the staked amount. I think that's the additive, right? And yeah, so 5,400 staked. Now we have, what do we say? We had 700 million shares on Unity. We've got 3.3 billion after 40 days, almost on here. So our run rate on Unity is stellar, isn't it? I think we talked about 3x. I can't remember how we worked it out, but that is pretty spectacular. And I just have a faint memory that we were sitting around 350 million or somewhere in that ballpark on day one of Unity. But of course, we can go back to my live stream on the day because I was covering it, right? So if you wanted to flash back and check that, you can do that on the.
I mean, there's going to be the way Unity's going. There's going to be such a small amount of liquid supply, right? At the rate it's going, it's going to be crazy.
Hey, look, and the other thing is that the more people that go in, and we've got this big adoption, multiplier there over on Pulse Chain. It's going to be, as successful as Taurus is going to be, and it's going to be, I think, fantastic. As so far, it's been amazing. Unity's going to supercharge that, and then we could probably have some competing ROI against both chains. People bridging back and forth. Who knows? Could get some of the people.
Well, it's basically I've kind of done that myself already.
Yes, you have. Yeah, but we're going to talk about strategies. So should we do that quickly now before we do that? So we'll jump away from the Taurus. I'm going to post the Taurus in the chat there if people want to check it out. Obviously, always check the official links, but there we go. That's Taurus. This is on Ethereum, by the way, using TitanX and ETH. Whereas the Unity is on Pulse Chain using Pulse and PulseX. Just take note of that. And Unity is trading on 9mm. So you're going to need to use Patias to do a proper trade if you want to speculate or whatever you're going to do over there. Generally, creating is the best way to go right now, which is just create and so forth. So let's talk about the potential to do strategies. What sort of strategies are people thinking out there? Not that these are recommendations, but just some ideas.
Well, I think you're always probably best to split your strategies. Otherwise you're relying on one outcome basically, and if that outcome it doesn't turn out to be ideal, then you're kind of locked in, right? So it's always a good strategy to have a multi-pronged strategy, I guess, just for risk management. But you're silly if you don't if going long is not number one strategy, well then I'm not really, probably shouldn't play the game, I think. So
Going long, and remember I think going long is obviously mathematically is the best for you by a country mile, and we
yes,
sort of showed that earlier, right? 88 days on here on Taurus right now is going to get you 7.5 million shares. Let's just take this down to a more reasonable level at $220. Like people might do a lot of different small amounts. This is on Ethereum, of course. You get 750 million shares, right? So, but if you do 10 days, you're really, getting a lot less shares. And of course, you're getting 11 Taurus up front, but you're getting very low amounts of earned Taurus. And of course, everyone that comes after you is going to lower that rate every day. So you got to take that into account, and then you got to take into account the price, right? The price at the moment is currently $6.12. We had a big volume day yesterday, right? So we're not so much bad today. We've only got 300 coming out today, but we are definitely going to ramp up, especially day 47, which is coming up. We've got a big jump, about 12,000 tokens coming out, so that's going to change the first, what I call, we've had kind of marginal jumps, but we're going to first incremental jump, which will be on the second wave, as we call it. First wave is day 27, second wave is day 47, and that's going to be a significant jump, the day 47, I think. So
I mean, they do sell it down, but and obviously some will take some profits, but a lot of people like the project, and they have to sell down to go back into the project, basically. So, and I'm sure that it's probably smart to take a little bit of profit and then reinvest, back in for another 88 days, although they obviously wouldn't have done 88 days because it wouldn't be out yet. But so some obviously did a shorter strategy, obviously at the start, and now they're going max length, right?
So we did see a couple of people in the first 7 days, 8 days when the price was rallying. And of course, it was brand new. No one knew about Taurus. Like on Unity, they know Taurus exists. And so, there were a couple of people that managed to, do short plays and get a lot of capital, then sell it down and then put it into long-term miners. So they got an X on an X.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a doable. Unity's going to be interesting to see how similar that is, given, people know that. And then the other side of it, of course, we've got, this price held up quite reasonably for about 27 days.
Yeah.
So if you were doing a short play, this chart would suggest anything less than maybe that period. You could do some short ones, but ultimately, the rewards for volume are long term, right? Going max, and we see that here. You might get 11 created Taurus straight out of the gate, and then start earning 0.03 based on $200 investment here, which is 1 billion Titanex. But if you go max period, that jumps suddenly. You're getting 96 out of the gate, and then you got a potential to earn 2,869 divided by 88 per day. And of course, that will go down slightly or slowly, and depending on, it might go down fast if a lot of people come in. And so that's kind of the difference there. So very important. And that would suggest, of course, going long, right? Going out long to max out the amount of Taurus. Now, that brings us probably to this chart down here, which is on the June dash report for Taurus. We're probably going to get one within a few days on Unity. And this is from Mike Dean. And you can access that on the Unity website, just on the stats page. If you go to the stats page, you can see it down the bottom here, June dashboard. And that's also on the Unity site, so people can grab that too. And this is, two people usually try and plan their staking ladder, or how many ones they're going to make. And so they can do that. Like here, you can see actually things weren't so bad, right? So this started off at, something.
Yeah, it was very high. Millions, 4 million or something, maybe?
Yeah, something 4.5 million or so, even higher than the first day. But now it's down at 1.7, right? So 1.7. So it's getting flattened out all the time. As more people come in, and because we're on like day 40, we've still got quite a few days before we even start to get there. Where it's
it'll come down lower again.
Yeah, so we've got another 50 days almost, and that's going to keep coming down. So it might pop below 1 million. We'll see. The more people come in, the lower we'll get.
Amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So this is changing the game, right? This is going to change the whole game because we're going to have a much flatter profile, more distributed profile of the rewards, and therefore, how's this going to impact? And then we're going to have the buy and burn getting bigger and bigger every day over the next 50 days. Price of ETH might run, and so this protocol might flourish, absolutely flourish, which is what the whole idea of creating a high ROI or return on investment protocol for staking.
Absolutely. And some people, like, you could have a strategy where, say, every 10 days you would start another full length creation, right? And if you did that, say, every 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever the number you would choose, you've essentially got yourself a staking ladder, right? But it's
You
a
do.
staking ladder
Yeah.
with max length stakes heading out into the future, and
Yeah.
you could probably just keep rolling that along. At a certain point.
So we
Once
can see on here
start
that day
rolling out.
46, we've got 2,000 extra tokens, but we jumped to day 47, which we talked about,
Mm.
jumps up to 12,000. So that's going to be the first big supply test there. And we can also already see the price. Obviously, we've got Unity launching today as well, but we can see the price there down at $6.12 right now. But the ratio to Titanix is what we really care about. And we can see that down is now at 27.6 million per Taurus right now at Titanix. And we had a high of 56.9 million Titanix per Taurus. This yellow line down here, just above it actually, is where staking becomes has a higher ROI than creating does. So in terms of getting shares,
yeah.
so we're still above that. But I suggest to you, that's once we get up to this day 47, that's going to be under test, right? It's going to be under test, that ratio.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see. That'll be the real.
I think we might see a dramatic drop, and then we might see a bounce. We could definitely see a bounce
it's
too, right?
definitely going to be interesting. I mean,
Gonna be
it's
interesting.
hard to know exactly just how that's going to play out. I mean, we can speculate, but that doesn't mean we're going to be right either. So, yeah.
All right, so we've got something special happening now.
Ooh. Okay.
We're in bonus time because we were going to do an hour, and now we're in bonus time. So we'll do another 10 minutes. So that's kind of the play there on this, and you can see on the Doom dashboard, there's lots of ways, lots of information there for you to do your planning, to plan out when you want to do your strategies. But maybe doing a bit of short, bit of medium, and a lot of long, probably the way to go for some people. Maybe just going long is the way to go for others because the dynamics look so amazing, and this has really flipped things up on its head. So yeah, that is kind of cool. So there's lots of cool information there. I can see there's not a couple of people holding a couple hundred liquid right now in the holders. Apart from that, it doesn't look too bad. And the buy and burning is taking its toll. The fattening up the liquidity is doing its job, giving some price support. And of course, the distribution of Taurus and in the case Unity is pretty amazing. So I'm excited about these protocols. They really have push the tokenomics to the frontier of DeFi, and it's exciting. So that's going to get us into a bonus round, which is, of course, PUSD ALGO. Yeah, so we're moving away from cryptographics now, but this is kind of our bonus topic today, and we're excited about PUSD ALGO coming to Pulse Chain. So we talked about Unity on Pulse Chain. What are your thoughts about PUSD ALGO? Wookiee, you're well familiar with a lot of the conversations that are going on right now around the PUSD ALGO. Let us know your thoughts.
Well, I think we need some stable coins, right? So this is probably one of the preferred options of how to keep a stablecoin stable, essentially, and also to scale it. So it solves a lot of those issues, right? That's my understanding of it, anyway. So
the scalability issue. That's right. So yeah. So we have a problem in I guess tokenomics or crypto called the stablecoin trilemma, and basically we have 2 out of 3 of those kind of solved. One is Coast of Pulse on Pulse Chain, which is fiat backed. So that's the first one there. The second one, of course, is collateralization, being collaterally backed. We've got 4 liquidity forks on Pulse Chain. Of course, USDL, Power City's got 2, and then of course Ink Printer from Fast Abdul has got the 4th one there based on the Richard Hart Court tokens, right? Pulse X, Hex, and INC. So we've got those all covered, and they've contributed, a good amount of money. I think it's $8.5 million or so dollars on that, and Coast is something like 10.6 million. So they've really contributed a decent amount of the stable coins on Pulse Chain. And of course, in addition to that, we have the bridged-in stable coins from Ethereum, Circle, Tether, and Dai, right? So that's kind of makes up our stablecoins. But we have that third problem in the trilemma, which is scalability, right? And we need something that really can scale, and of course that loses the propensity to scale, right? So only so many people will go into liquidity forks with their Pulse and PulseX, but if they can do something like Terra Luna, but done right with the correct mechanisms, maybe PUSD Algo is that ultimate solution. And of course, we saw that a year ago. And this is the search for the Holy Grail, right? That scalability, that third part of the stablecoin trilemma. We saw how incredible wealth was created with Terra Luna and the CST stablecoin. What could PUSD Algo do for Pulse Chain? And of course, we saw it on testnet well over a year ago now, and it operated like a boss for 50 days. Incredibly stable, more stable than the other stables were as well. With what was the secret source? Not humans like Terra Luna, but actually stability bot miners. So welcome to the age of intelligence. It was pretty exciting. So I'm pretty excited where this was going to go, and let me know your thoughts about that. This is some of the background there.
Well, and of course, most importantly, it's decentralized, right? That's so that goes without saying, I guess, with us being in the DeFi part of the crypto, and also you have the opportunity to earn, right, from it. It's my understanding. So there's a lot of upsides with this, right? We get a lot of benefits from stability, from scaling, and then you can earn. So all in all, it's sounds pretty good to me.
So I just want to go through a quick background about this. So what are the things holding up PUSD Algo? Why isn't it launched already? Well, we can think of at least three things, right, straight out of the gate. One, we didn't have an oracle. We've been waiting for a proper oracle. We got Fetch Oracle, but apparently it's inadequate. It's a telefork, and it's inadequate for the purposes of PUSD Algo. Secondly, we got Signum Oracle coming, right, which apparently was supposed to be compatible. It was supposed to be supportive of PUSD Algo, so they were waiting for that. So back on the 19th, around about 17th, 19th of January this year, Jacob, who's the developer of PUSD Algo, and along with Mafia and, of course, with On-Chain Bet, which is launching in September, has basically said, well, we're waiting for Signum Oracle, but now we find out something else, right? We find out that actually there's some more secret stuff happening in the background there. That's as much as I'm going to say about it. But things are moving for PUSD Algo from an enabler point of view, because we obviously need those Oracle to support it with the price calls and things like that. But the other big thing we found out, of course, is that the price of ETH's been down, right? The price of Pulse has been down. It's been a pretty tough place for people to have their asset back. So all the money that got put into PUSD Algo went down in value, right? And of course, what did he need? He said he needed about $1 million. But I think he can do it for $500,000. That's my point. My opinion. That's my opinion, of course, not his. But if you go into V2 pools or V3 full range, you can turn $500,000 into $1 million, right? And of course, he needs to split that up into several pools. PUSD Algo being one, of course. Obviously the stablecoin itself having the bulk of that liquidity, and of course also Flex, which is the reward token on here as well. So he needs those pools set up, and so let's say that's 3, maybe 4 pools. Maybe he also has it backed onto a stablecoin like liquid loans, like the USDL, if he still holds on to that. So that's kind of what we know up to this point. So we've got the Oracle issue, we've got the collateral backed with the amount of money that's gone in here so far, and we can actually see on Fatty.io, and of course that it's currently worth $288,585, right? So this is the collateral at the moment. So we're not at $500,000, which is my trigger point, not his. But obviously we can double this up in V3 pools at full range. But actually, we were at $320,000 the other day when ETH was at $4,800. So we know that if ETH rallies to, I think, somewhere between 7.5 and 8,000, then this would be at $500,000 US, and therefore that'd be an enabler. This assumes that no other capital comes in, of course, but this is kind of where we are right now. So everyone that's watching, if you want to participate, you can participate. You just got to be patient. But I think that this is probably the good chance that this may launch earlier than later, and that's what we're looking forward to. We know that Mafia is going to be launching soon. It's already had a change in its launch phase. We also got On-Chain Bet coming up in September with the big decentralized multi-chain, decentralized casino. And then, of course, PUSD Algo maybe it's not too far behind that. We shall see. Maybe before the end of the year, definitely plausible. If we can get this Oracle up and running, and they're working on some stuff there, we can get the US dollar backing up towards $500,000 with the price of ETH rally. We're expecting ETH to go to 15K, so we could end up having $1 million anyway by December, right?
Crazy,
and so that would be pretty cool. And then, of course, the third part is, maybe they're working on other stuff there. Could be out there. But, of course, the third part there is that we got some news, and that's what I want to talk about now, which I think is pretty exciting. So let's get to that. And that was we got a little teaser there. Now, everyone knows that we got that Jacob has a front man who does the promos, a famous guy called Cult DeFi. So big shout out to Cult DeFi out there. And he dropped us a little bit of a little teaser, which was pretty interesting. And he said, hey, some alpha for you guys. Now, this is public, so it's not a private conversation. And he goes, there may be some restructuring of PUSD algo based on what? The Genius Act. OMG. OMG. So what did we just talk about before? The Strategic ETH Reserve and that theme.
Correct.
And now we've got the Genius Act here, which is the big driver, really, along with tokenization and payment systems on the Ethereum chain. And now we've got him giving a teaser that Jacob is restructuring things, PUSD algo, around the Genius Act, and of course the stablecoin boom that we're expected to come on to crypto, in particular Ethereum, and hopefully Pulse Chain will get some of that love. So this is pretty awesome. This is going to be launching on Pulse Chain, and I wouldn't be surprised if PUSD algo launches multi-chain, right? Because you think about it, Mafia is going to be multi-chain with the CCIP, right? So cross-chain, and of course, then we're also going to have the on-chain bet multi-chain, and of course, PUSD algo multi-chain. Just seems like the logical match. And obviously, got liquidity issues there, but man, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of setup for that. But what does it mean to restructure PUSD algo according to the Genius Act? Is that going to mean we're accepting obviously US dollars now? We've got repos. This is how Circle's collateralized, like with the USD dollar treasuries and repos and cash, right? Are we going to see something like that happening? And of course, this is the other part of the secret sauce. Not only do we have some sort of restructuring there with the Genius Act, but we also have next level tech. That was the other phrase, next level tech. So obviously, we were super impressed with PUSD algo so far. What we saw in the testnet with running, I think they were running 40, 60 different miner bots, stability bots, keeping the peg stable. But now we're going to have some other tech that's going to be souping this up. Oh, this could be crazy. And remember how successful Liquidity Fork was. How successful will PUSD algo be if it managed to crack the nut of the Holy Grail, the stability part of the stablecoin trilemma, let alone all the lending and revenue that you can make off it? Pretty excited where that might go. And of course, let's see where it might land. It could be pretty exciting. I'm hoping that we get a bit more intel out from the team. So let's see how that goes. That was kind of my thoughts on the project. What's yours, Wookiee?
Well, really the Genius Act, it's bringing regulations into crypto, right? Which, obviously some people in the DeFi sector might, may like or may not like, but it allows for outside entities to actually be able to come and invest in crypto, right? Because without the regulations and the structures in place, they're not allowed to basically come into crypto. So, there's potentially a double-edged sword there, I guess, to some degree, but it's really opening up crypto to everybody, right? And if that's not the Holy Grail, then I don't know what is really. That, I guess, that's how I look at it. So obviously a stablecoin is one of the key components, right, to all of that. And so the algo,
we got about 250, 270 million stablecoins on Ethereum right now. And so
this thing could grow large quickly, right? You have to have a couple of big commercial players come in and start buying it up, and suddenly you got a beast on your hands. Yeah.
So if you're out there and you're keen on PUSD algo, obviously on YouTube you can join the link down there at the moment. You can participate. There's the documents down the bottom there. I have a full video series on what we know so far from over a year ago. You can check that on YouTube. Obviously on X there, you can hit the YouTube button and get the X account there as well. In fact, I might post that as well after the show, so you can check that out. But basically, there are two bonuses. You get the referral bonus and 19% in the video description on YouTube, and I'll post that under X. And on the other one, of course, if you do $1,000, which is about $840 inclusive, you'll get the second bonus, which is bonus X, and that will be a random bonus between 1.01 and 2X, and that's massive. That potentially is massive rewards there, and you can participate. But once again, be patient. But we're pretty excited about where this will go. And of course, basically the overview is that people will be able to buy ALGO just like they did with Terra Luna, with buying Terra, and then of course mint their own stablecoin PUSD, which is really the best branded stablecoin you possibly have, Pulse USD. And of course, on the back of this cheat ETH reserve and Pulse chain sacrifice and all that stuff, it's absolutely dreamy. Of course, how does it stay pegged? Well, it's going to be on the back. Last time we heard on USDL, but once again, we might have it aligned to US stables, US dollars as well. We're going to wait and see what they've done there. And of course, people will be able to earn income providing liquidity to help the stability miner operate. And of course, also they were going to be able to earn by just anything you do on the platform. You earn Flex, which is a reward token. And here's the kicker: that Flex is going to be paid out of the liquidity volume in the stable coin, which is crazy, right? That's so good. So we saw it in the testnet over a year ago, and man, it was turning over some good money. So I'm expecting this to potentially do that as well. So it could be pretty exciting. And of course, you can also stake on the platform, ALGO and PUSD, and earn some yield there as well. Which is pretty awesome. And that is, I believe, if I remember correctly, from inflation, and which is pretty modest and so forth. Obviously, you can hit the redeem your stablecoin for ALGO. So ALGO will be in big demand, and that helps to deal with the scalability problem as well, which we're talking about. And of course, there will be a V3 DEX in here as well. So obviously, we know that Reckon Michelle's coming out, I think, with Coinwell. It's going to have a DEX in there as well. I'm not sure what version it is, but a DEX, but we're going to have a V3 DEX in there as well. And this arguably could compete, especially if they do some of the changes and integrations with Mafia and on-chain bet and things like that. Could be an absolute financial powerhouse, right, as the foundation of the whole ecosystem and beyond to all third-party applications as well. And then, of course, people can unwrap their stablecoin as well in there as well. So that's pretty awesome. It's got the docs. You can check that out. But, of course, you can participate today. And, of course, that link's in there. Get a 90% bonus. Now, for every $1 that you sacrifice, you're going to get 20 ALGO, 200 Flex, which is a reward token. And you're also going to get some wrap PUSD as well, stablecoin there. So get in there right now if you want to go chase this down. But this could be the holy grail. And, of course, if it's successful as we think it's going to be, like it was on testnet, man, this could be like Liquidity's fork. It could be forked. You want to be hitting up Jacob. How do we copy this? How do we get this over? And of course, Jacob says it's too late because I'm going to every chain anyway. So game on. Who knows? So it's exciting times. Now, we did have a comment from Jacob inside the PUSD ALGO chat, and I want to read that too, just to wrap this up. You got any other comments while I'm finding that, Wookiee, on this one?
Well, I presume that he would run it on Pulse chain for a start, right? Even though before going over to the other chains. So I presume that's how he would go about that. So
yeah. So our understanding was that 75% of the proceeds that get raised in this sacrifice contribution will be going into the protocol day one, and so that's into the liquidity pools. And you've got to set at least 3 of those up, at least.
Yeah.
And also into the stability miner to kick those off as well. And then on top of that, people can come in and participate in the stability miner, adding extra liquidity. And this is really the engine gets going, right? Really becomes a big protocol on Pulse chain and potentially well beyond that. So yeah, pretty exciting. Now we know that he hired a dev team, I think at least as early as the beginning of this year. And so it's game on pretty much. It's game on from his point of view. Now, I did want to post this, just share this message, and this was on the 8th of June. So, it's about 6 weeks old, but he basically said, I have always delivered on everything. And of course, he says, we do our best attempt to succeed at it. That's all we can do. And if we succeed, it would be an understatement to say that every participant would become extremely wealthy from it. So I like the ambition, and I think that's a great way of sort of wrapping up PUSD ALGO for the time being. But of course, we are looking forward to getting any more sneak peeks from Cult DeFi or from Jacob around PUSD ALGO, and I'm pretty excited. And we just have to obviously keep our patience cap on. You've already got your pink one there for Unity, but we keep that on as well. So exciting times. So that is kind of the play there, and so we're going to keep a track. Obviously, as ETH goes up, the amount of money raised will also go up. And we're excited about where that might potentially lead, right, and towards the launch, which I think is going to be absolutely huge as well. So that was pretty much it. We've gone on for another 20 minutes. I should have rung the bell twice on the bonus round. But, hey, that's just the way it goes sometimes and so forth. So if you're on X, I'm going to post you the PUSD ALGO link underneath the video there.
Nice. Yep. Well done.
So you can get up there and pick up, what did I say, 90% bonus. And bam, there we go. Bam. PUSD ALGO. PUSD ALGO. I'm super excited for it. Hope you guys are too. Bam. All right. So that is the link there. And I've also got the links for Unity below that as well, or one below the other. Pretty awesome. All right. Final thoughts, Wookiee, for the night.
No, I think it was a pretty good coverage, right? I think you can't be sleeping on some of these projects, right? They're really worth spending a bit of time and looking into them, and because there's real potential in these things, right? People have put a lot of work into them, and I think I just see a lot of potential in them, and I just hope that people can get on board and be successful from it, right?
Absolutely.
That's
So, what I was going to say was we should do another one of these shows later on in the week, and we can cover. I think we should cover Rack and Michelle and Firewell, the two big whales. They got their big protocol launching in September.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to do another one of these shows and have a good chat about that too.
It'll be worth looking at the Unity again too by then, because we'll have some
100%.
some stats coming in, right? Because it's day one, so there's obviously Mike Dean can't pull the stats at the moment, so we have to get through a few days so we can actually see some data, and that'll make it a lot more interesting just to see where it's going.
Absolutely. Hey, look, guys, that's the link to PUSD ALGO. I put it into the X as well. Jump on that. It's also in the video description on YouTube on all channels as far as I remember. But let's just recap a little bit here what we covered. Obviously, we covered the Unity app, which has just launched today. It's about 14 hours in, and it's doing spectacular results. So check out Unity. Of course, that's from Cryptographics. We've also covered his other protocol, which is Taurus. That's on Ethereum, so that's using ETH and Titanx, which is doing amazing as well. And of course, we've also covered PUSD ALGO there from Jacob as a bit of a bonus topic, but that's going to be potentially a juggernaut on Pulse Chain as well. And of course, riding on the back of the Genius Act theme and stablecoins, pretty awesome. And of course, maybe the ultimate first really algorithmic stablecoin out there in the market. So pretty awesome. Now, look, we could cover the whales one coming up in another show. Rack and Michelle's doing something like 6 protocols. 2 of those expected at least to launch within the next 4 days. So that's September. We got On-Chain Bet and probably Mafia, maybe even from Jacob launching in September, on the looks of it. And then we've got obviously Firewell expected to launch within 4 to 6 weeks with his protocols, X Game, of course, and Pulse Solid staking and stuff. It's going to be an absolute doozy moving forward over the next, so into September. And of course, we just had Better Bank, as we mentioned earlier, launched, and it's got a 21 million TVL. We haven't seen a project that size launch recently, but I suggest to you that we're going to see a lot more of those coming up. Very exciting for Pulse Chain.
Yeah. I watched that Firewell stream with Max the other day.
Yeah.
And I was actually very impressed. Actually, I thought it was a great stream for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. I think they should get out there and look that one up on RH Max's stream. Well worth having a listen to. To who's one of the big whales in our community, and just getting his point of view and what he's up to. I think it's quite it's good to hear from the source, so to speak, and just so you can form your own opinion on things.
Absolutely, and particularly towards the end, he drops a lot of alpha.
Yeah,
last like 15 minutes, I think, some 10-15 minutes. So it's definitely worth checking that out.
Well worth your time, Super, to go and do that.
Well worth your time, and he has some particular views on when Pulse Chain will fire. I don't know. I kind of feel that Richard's going to do a lot of things before each rallies, hyper rallies. Obviously, we've got promotions coming, so I don't know if it's all going to be a delayed impact from ETH, and then ciphering it off in the Pulse Chain somehow. There's many different ways that it could be done, and I just kind of feel maybe he's going to do some new things that we haven't seen.
Wouldn't that be exciting? Oh man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? And I think you're absolutely right. I think because you know, he loves to do that, right? He loves to throw surprises in the mix, right? So I can't see him not doing that, to be honest. You know, he's gonna throw us some curveballs. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely will. So pretty excited about that. Now, Infinity Ignition Day. Well, you know, it looks like Unity might head towards that. I was supposed to probably say Unity on there, but hey, look, Infinity is the name, and it kind of, I guess, not too. It's fairly applicable since we covered 3 protocols, and it is Infinity to Beyond on Pulse Chain, which is pretty exciting. So, you know, all the best to Cryptographics. What an amazing job,
Yeah.
Taurus first.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Unity, and he's got another big project with some cool tokenomics coming. It's going to be pretty rad.
Excellent. Can't wait. Yeah, good on him.
All right, final words, Wookiee.
No, just congratulations to Graphics for you know, obviously it's a lot to do what he's doing, right? Launching these projects and stuff. It's a lot of work. So congratulations to him, and you know, I'm happy to support. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Wookiee. And just to celebrate Cryptographics, here we go. Yeah. Very well. Well, thank you, everybody. Bye for now, and then catch you on the next show. Cheers.